Speaking of loves, I am here with my love.
Oh,
Oh,
just something about walking in the door and hearing "Welcome to Loves."
welcome to Travel Plus Mystery with your host, Justin Adair. Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. Okay.
3 years.
Now, Loves is a business that is basically our other home. We utilize it for a lot of different things, but just as a consumer, what would you tell people or travelers about Loves and how you utilize it?
Um, Loves is a truck stop, and they generally have everything that you need to eat healthy, get coffee. They're very friendly. They're normally very clean and traveler friendly.
Now, can you describe a little bit and talk about the Loves card and how people can utilize that?
It's they have a Loves Rewards program where basically if you're a regular traveler, as long as you use your Loves card, you can save like 25 or maybe it's like 10 cents or 25 cents or something like that on gas. But as a truck driver, they're not always the most affordable. They can be a little bit more on the price, but you earn, depending on your level, like between 1 and 300 or whatever it is, points per gallon that you can use for Love's purchases. Uh, you earn showers on each fill up, and yeah.
We're talking about how you could use points to take showers and they can use points to fill up your cup. Actually, it has been brought to our attention that that is changing. Can you explain when and why that's changing?
I'm not completely sure why they're changing it, but it's their rewards program. They can do whatever they want. It's actually changing. Like normally on the professional driver side, we hit, I think it's like platinum or diamond, whatever the highest tier is, because we fuel exclusively at Love's because it's just better quality fuel. But it used to be, depending on your status, you get like unlimited refills on fountain drinks and coffee. But they're changing it to like, depending on your level, you get like 2 or 4 refills per month, depending on your level. Not sure why they're changing it, but because of that aspect of the rewards program, it makes it worth it for us to fuel exclusively at Lowe's. So they're changing it to you get an X amount. Like I think because we hit diamond, that's what it is. We get like 4 refills per month or something like that, and it's yes, you do earn in-store points on refills and stuff, but it kind of makes you reevaluate: is it worth it to continue fueling there because the perks are um, becoming more in line for another company called Pilot Flying J, of which I don't like to put that garbage fuel on my truck because the trucks just don't like it. It's a very dirty fuel.
Now, that might be true because I know that you do use the Love fuel not only for your truck but for your everyday car, for your vehicle when we travel. It really does support the Jetta. But I will say the one thing about Pilot is that They do offer coffee that I prefer. Um, I'm a really big fan of iced coffee, and they have really good iced coffee. However, Love's has always been great. And just somebody like as a passenger, I feel that it's always, you know, I think it's a little pricier. I think that could you talk about like the prices of Love's and why that the prices are higher?
Truck stops at travel centers in general are always higher on prices because of convenience. Pilot Flying J does tend to be cheaper and offer better fuel discounts, but the fuel just doesn't go as far. So, as a long haul truck driver, it's worth it to simply pay a slightly higher price because it goes further and the perks of fueling at Love's are better.
Because then you get points that you're rewarded not only, like um, two things. So then you get points that you're rewarded for, so you can use that money for like snacks or drinks, and it's basically free because you're fueling and then you get points for that.
Yeah, very much so. It's their point system. Like, whatever your points are, it's like each 1 point is 1 penny, and basically store credit. It spends like cash in all Love's locations, except for things such as beer or cigarettes or something like that. You cannot use your points for that. Totally get it. Um, but other than that, it just spends basically dollar for dollar. Changing the refill policy so that, the amount that you're paying for fuel, which is always more than just about everybody else, you're no longer getting unlimited refills. It's very helpful for us because, most people drink coffee in the morning. And yeah, I get it. You could just drink water. But, sometimes you want a tea. Sometimes you want a Coke Zero, Pepsi Zero, whatever. And, how it helps us is on weeks where, money isn't as good because in trucking, it's always an ebb and flow. Sometimes you have good weeks, sometimes you don't. It allows you to keep yourself fed and keep yourself with coffee and any liquid, basically, so you can keep going and not go hungry on the road.
Love's 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
They're probably a solid 9. They used to be a 10 until they decided to change the points program.
Now, I did want to talk about a controversial topic, at least controversial for truck drivers. Uh, Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is well known um, for consumers, or I see a lot on the internet, or people are discovering Buc-ee's, and it's basically like a big Kmart or Walmart, but for travelers. So, can you talk a little bit about why Buc-ee's is controversial for truck drivers?
Buc-ee's started as a truck stop. We gave Buc-ee's their beginning and their success. They no longer allow trucks or truck drivers on their property. They will actually call the local law enforcement and have you towed or ticketed if you come onto their property. So why should we support a business that turned their back on us when they became successful?
Educate people on what it is like for a truck driver and what it actually consists of, or at least to have a little bit more empathy for like, hey, we're putting your product from A to B. If you could say one thing about what it's like, or one thing that is frustrating or not necessarily bad, but kind of you know, like really, why does it have to be like this about being a truck driver? What would it be?
That people that drive cars with 4 wheels are ungrateful and unrealistic. They think they can cut us off and we can stop. We can't. We're an 80,000 pound, battering ram. What's also highly frustrating is nobody wants us around without realizing we're the reason that they are able to go to a grocery store and get food. Who do you think delivers it? A truck driver. there are becoming less and less places for us to safely park at night. And it's also maddening when people in motorhomes, campers, or people that are in passenger cars decide to park in truck driving or areas designed for our size of vehicle. We don't have somewhere else to go. However, you and your recreational vehicle do. You have several campgrounds. You have several other travel centers that accommodate RVs.
Well, I appreciate you. And there you have it. Is there anything else that you would like to comment?
No, I'm good for now. I mean, there's a lot I could say, but it might not be applicable.
Well, there you have it, folks, from a truck driver. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to subscribe. If you love, and believe in love, please leave a heart in the comments. Let me know what you want to see next. I appreciate you being here. Safe travels.